starts, they look at it in a linear form. It starts in 1960, and it's essentially about the character of Kama and the past.
Much for holding that patience for us. Thank you so much. And now, as you all know, I shouldn't have to say this, we're waiting for the much expected session of the day, and this session is called The Poetic Justice, which features a director turned writer, Mr. Neeraj Pandey, and the one and only Anupam Kher. So ladies and gentlemen, before I can call them up on stage, let me have you a brief idea as to what these two people are. You really think they need introduction, right? So we'll still do it for you. Neeraj Pandey is known for his very brilliant masterpiece movies, which is one of them, A Wednesday, and I'm sure when I say A Wednesday, your heads go, yes, it was amazing. His second movie, Special Chabis, was on, and now he's written a book which is called Garlic Danger, and this is the launch of that book today, right here in front of you. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to invite the one and only Neeraj Pandey, the director turned writer, on stage. February 2014. Let the applauses be on the time he's up here, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. And yes, not to mention and not to forget, the one and only Anupam Kher with us. I haven't quite given a detailed information and an introduction to Anupam Kher, sir, so do we really want that? Yeah? Okay, just give an introduction, since that's the work that we do. Anupam Kher has been an Indian movie actor, as we don't know for sure. He's been acting over 470 movies and over 100 dramas. He's been the... I am now going to read the entire brief that I have.
That's just a correction, sir. The rest is all understood.
So when it says Anupam Kher, you don't really need to say that. It comes with your name. Isn't it? Doesn't it?
Not messing it up no further.
Yes, I am not saying anything then.
Neeraj Pandey, as I know him, is a man of few words. And then he writes a book. And about, as he said, let me correct you again, it's 481 films, not 470. So, I've known Neeraj for the last 5-6 years now, and he's a young man. He manages to automatically respect him for the kind of work that he does, for the kind of work that he makes you do. If I have to list 10 best films of my career, 2 of them belong to him, Wednesday and Chabis, Special Chabis. But reading excerpt, he's telling me not to praise him. So it's okay, now it's me, Mike is me. Let me praise you because I believe in it and I want to do that. So you please don't stop there. Okay. So he gave me a chapter to read a few days back, and I was completely mesmerized by his scripts are very precise, and what he writes, he shoots, and that's the film. Whenever an actor reads a book, he thinks that, okay, there is a role for me. So I have a feeling that there is a role for me in this film. That's one basic reason to come here and read all these excerpts. It's Garlic Danger. I'm reading chapter 2, page 30. Farooq Kitkit's real name was Farooq Ali. Though Farooq was very talkative and a cribber, he never used a cuss word. He hated people who did. In his presence, people made sure they used the right vocabulary or shut up. He had once cut a man's tongue for saying Mahinchur. He had inherited his share of the underworld from his father. But there was a problem. His father had married twice and he had two stepbrothers who also had a share in the inheritance. Farooq didn't approve of this, and so he called for both the brothers and started to negotiate with him. The two stepbrothers were a bit crass. Farooq tried to ignore them, but the meeting became very heated after 15 minutes. And Farooq shot and killed both the brothers and then went on to their house and killed their mother and the elder one's wife. The younger one's wife was spared because Farooq had always liked her. He liked her to the extent that he called her Mohabbat. But Farooq never forced himself on her. He just kept sending her gifts, money. Once in a while he used to go to her place. No one had the guts to stop him. He used to sit in the drawing room. She used to stand behind the curtains. Some tea, please. And kindly make it yourself and serve it yourself, please. The following routine ensued every time. Mohabbat made tea and served it herself. Farooq watched Mohabbat walk from the kitchen up the table, bend a bit, place the tray on the table, do his salam, and go back to where she came from. Initially, Mohabbat scorned him, but Farooq's tenacity got to her eventually. Mohabbat was a study in curves, a glimpse of skin here and there, and Farooq used to look like a robbed bank. There was no physical contact at all during these meetings, but if you were in the room, your completely trained phone could charge in a second. When Farooq got up to go after placing an envelope full of currency notes on the table, Mohabbat would ask, "Was the tea okay, Farooq Sahab?" He said, "I feel intoxicated. You are generous, Salam." But after 8 years and more than a few thousand cups of tea, fate smiled on Farooq. While serving tea that evening, Mohabbat asked him to wait for dinner. A regret crossed Farooq's mind as to why he had made love to his wife that afternoon. But then he was reassured when he remembered that he had taken all his pills that morning. As Farooq was having dinner, Mohabbat fanned him. "Please join me." In the bedroom, Farooq Sahab. Farooq became sure that there was a Khuda. Their first kiss lasted an eternity. In the bedroom, as Mohabbat undressed, Farooq became sure of another thing. Miracles happen to those who believe in them. When the bra came off, Farooq had smoke coming out of his ears. He got up and rushed towards Mohabbat and kissed her again. They then proceeded towards the bed and Farooq was fast losing control of himself till he ripped off the salwar and felt that something was not right. He looked down at Mohabbat's body and found the strangest looking truth staring at him. Mohabbat was not a woman book. Farooq gasped and cursed in his mind for the first time in his life. My fucking stepbrother was not fucking straight. He shivered and pushed Mohabbat away. Mohabbat smiled slowly. "Farooq Sahab, you got fucked without getting fucked, man. You bitch. Your measly allowance doesn't work for me anymore. I loved your stepbrother and he loved me. God rest his soul. I have waited 8 years for this day. Your entire reputation will..."
While when you're writing a book,